Man, I hit the wrong fucking button. That's crazy. That is just so nutty. What is wrong with me? Here it is.
Golly. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 Breakfast, Jay changes the host. Good morning. What's up, Jay Chains? Turbo made it co-hosting, yeah, they do their thing. If you savvy, Web3 GM, grab a plate in a seat. Let's begin. If you got something to say, come and grab a mic. We got one rule, no douchebags, alright? Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Monday through Friday, we got the Soro. 10 a.m. Eastern Spaces with the purpose. All about the community focus, they deserve it. Come and speak your mind with no regrets, but you serve us. Pizza on Friday, working off midway. Get the blood pumping, Web3 music is thumping. I got eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Eggs, bacon, waffles, toast. Web3 Breakfast, Jay changes the host with the most. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Retweet the room, bring some friends. If you start to talk, you gon' stay to the end. Good morning.
Good morning. Golly, that song gets me so excited every day. I love starting the show out with a little eggs, bacon, waffles, and toast.
I don't know why, but it's coming in all kinds of crazy.
Like the sound was?
Yeah, it almost sounds like it almost sounds like it's getting clipped, but not in a good way.
Yeah, so that was the issue that we were having on Sunday morning with the radio, right? Is that the audio is coming through terribly, and that's why we're a few minutes running the show a little bit late, because I figured, you know what, let's restart everything. I restarted my phone, my computer, the road, all of that, and it still sounds like trash, huh?
Just a little bit.
It's really weird how it is. Now let's do this. Jay, when I say 1, you say 2, and we'll see what the delay is. 1,
2.
Oof. Yikes. Okay. All right. Let's. It doesn't feel as bad. It doesn't feel as bad. It doesn't feel as bad. You know what I'm saying? Because we just had one hell of a workout. You know what I'm saying? I'm feeling freaking amazing.
Dude,
man,
it was like a
great.
shoulder workout today, like heavy shoulders. I could feel like just throbbing when we were done in my shoulders, man. Need a massage today.
Oh man, I'm actually dreading the workouts during today's show. Actually, I was like thinking, oh man, it's gonna be a very squat heavy day today.
Squats
for
and
sure,
sit-ups. Squats and sit-ups.
Man, these boys are smoking. And and here's the thing, I am going to drop the link in the thing right now. First thing I have to do, Jay. So we decided the first 100.
50% off.
The first 100, 50% off. If you're part of the Breakfast Club. Only for the first 100 people, you guys can get the lifetime access to the pass for $75, and that gets you in. So that's only for our first 100 in the Breakfast Club. So shouts out to you guys. That link will be going in there right now.
Should we put it not here, not pin it to the nest here? It should go into the private.
Into the Breakfast Club.
Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Only in there. So and it's not going to just be some dank discount code. We're gonna put some heat on it.
There's some other word that you usually like, bo diddly something. What is it to use? Bojive. Yeah,
bojiving.
You're
gonna be bojiving,
man. When you first said that, it took me by surprise. But I like it. I don't even know what it means still, but I love bojiving, man.
Yeah, and that's the thing. I think that's what we're missing in our language these days. Too many people put too much time on it, right? Bojiving, what do you think it means? You know what I'm saying? Use some critical thinking skills, you know what I mean? And you get it, And it's probably my fault because, dude, being in the military, I worked with people all over the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, I worked with them, like, closely just in the United States. So all these different cultures and different, like, things that they bring from their communities, and then we went overseas and we fought with other countries, and they had their little things and stuff. Next thing you know, you're sitting around the poker table playing $500 a hand, and you just making words up. It was wild times, bro. The war was crazy, bro. It was so many good times and so many bad times, but.
It's the things, the moments, the things that define us and shape us, are the experiences that we have, good or bad, right? And so, that is something that we could probably go on for hours and hours and talk about how you can relate that into our industry and how that works. And I'm sure that it would be a tear-jerking conversation because there's a lot of emotion, I think, that goes into that. But we will save that for another day. We'll save that. Oh, your cat is back.
Oh yeah. This is my cat.
What's your cat's name?
He's a barn. He doesn't have a name. Just cat. Because it's not mine. It's not even like the big boss. It's not even the big boss's cat. It's the barn cat from the barn up the hill, and he just comes in and kicks it with me, man. I'm telling you, man. I think I'm Dr. Doolittle. I've played with bunnies, chipmunks. I got a cat. I got a mouse. Like,
listen, really quick. Like you did. If for anybody that is here, part of the Web3 Breakfast community, Turbo has made a friend of a mouse. This mouse completely just wandered into your life. You guys are like sharing snacks in the middle of the night and stuff now, right? Like this is a real thing. You've got some domesticated mouse that wants to be your friend.
Bro, crazy as shit, everything. Because the first time I saw him, because you see the center wall, the block, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I just see this, like, it looked like a giant spider run up in, like, behind the duck. And I was like, no way that was a spider. Had to be a lizard. Because we're in Tennessee, there's some lizards and stuff. Next thing I know, I look, and this mouse is just running across the wall. He's, like, all flat to the wall. He's, like, running up and down. And he just comes out, and he just, like, comes to the end of the table. He's looking at me like, what's up, bro? Was not afraid of me at all. At all.
That's so crazy.
Big boss comes down. He's sitting there. The mouse comes out. The mouse is just kicking with us. He keeps trying to take the weed. That's no joke. This mouse keeps trying to take the weed, bro. We have to like put it in the microwave. I'm shitting you, bro.
Wait, you're telling me that the mouse comes up, chills out like Mouse Hunt? Like, hey man, you want a sandwich?
Yeah,
dude, this is it's crazy.
And now the cat's back because he was like pissed because this mouse has been hanging out. And so I don't know if he got him or not. I hope not. But look, you know what I mean? It's not my job anymore. Circle of life. Circle of life.
It's Tom and Jerry.
It is, bro.
You should just, you're just the parent. You're just the person that lives in Tom and Jerry's house in real life.
Yeah. I love it. Yeah. I love it.
Definitely. Well, yeah, I definitely, I love where this, you got something to say on that, Turbo? Please go. The delay got us again.
No. I was hoping that we could just, like sizzle it up and keep it rolling. Because I see we got some special people in the house. You know what I'm saying? And they're probably like, "What the hell did I get myself into?"
If it's your first time tuning in for a Web3 breakfast, we we typically, some hosts will play music for a while they let the room fill in. But no, we like to just banter about what's going on, right? And so we're just kind of minding that time, getting the room set up. This is a perfect opportunity, guys, to go down to the bottom right, hit the purple pill. Let's retweet the room, get some more friends in here. We do have a special guest today, coming from it's the Meta Gold Miners Club. He is up here on the stage with us. This is Daniel Diaz. Mining Life CEO is his handle here on Twitter. And so we're going to talk to him today about sound money, financial literacy, kind of what they've got going on with kind of how gold and Bitcoin play a role in this sound money economy. And so we'll get into that a little bit here. But we're going to wrap up our kind of little beginning part of the show where we have a little fun, and then we'll get into some quick house cleaning really quick. And really quick, I think, what do you guys think if we drop the house cleaning from this show, but we do just like a straight like financial morning show? Maybe my idea is to do it before the workout, so maybe have that show come out at like 7 or 8 in the morning, do like a 30 minutes to an hour, something like that, talk about all the markets, talk about stonks, crypto, Web3, all that stuff. We just cover everything, and then this way we could leave the house cleaning out of here and just kind of get down to business. But for the time being, we're going to do a little house cleaning. Yesterday, as you guys know, we did pop up to a 31 cool on the NFTgo.io market barometer for the sentiment here. We are dropped down to a 29 today, so we're down a little bit. The volume now, which is crazy. Yesterday we saw the sentiment go way up, but volume was down about 12%, I think 12.5%. Now we see the sentiment go down a few points, down to 29. But the NFT volume in the last 24 hours is coming at 6.2 thousand Ethereum, down almost 24%. volume-wise. That's massive. And now, so Turbo, see, this is why, and I reached out to them. And so they're going to come on the show. They would love to explain how we get to all these things. Because now, like what we're looking at today is the blue chip is down. The sentiment is down. Volume is down, right? So there is, I feel like the correlation to how some of these things work and some of these metrics are put together, they're a little confusing. And so they are going to come on the show so we can figure all that stuff out because that is what we want to know. And then let's take a look at the crypto market really quick. Let's just refresh just in case, because sometimes it's a little laggy. Things have kind of stabled off a little bit. I mean, you got Bitcoin sitting at 25.9. It is up in the last 24 hours, almost 0.5%, but you got ETH down almost 0.5% to 1732. Big loss on the week for BNB, down 14 and almost 0.5% to 239. And you got, I think there's some really good buys, man. Cardano with 27 cents. Like when this shit was in the 30s, I thought that was the buy of a lifetime. Now you're in the high 20s. Come on now. Technology has not changed. Fundamentals have not changed. Go ahead, Turbo.
That XRP right there at 52 cents. Not financial advice, but if you're watching what's going on, Gary is not doing well in all of that. He's getting chopped up. I see that lawsuit coming to an end here pretty soon. And I think XRP is going to come out on top, bro.
I think some of the biggest
350.
news, yeah, dude. That thing is going to, if they beat the SEC and that thing gets picked up, for cross-border settlements and all that stuff to the banks as it was intended, and it gets a little bit more mainstream, that thing will rip. But I think most importantly, I don't know if you guys saw, there was and I could probably pull up an article on this too, but I think it was either a senator or a congressman filed like a formal thing against Gary to get him out of office. Like, it's time to go, Gary.
It's a bill. It's a whole thing. Like they're trying to completely redo the whole SEC. Like they want them all out. Hester, all of them.
I saw that. Like instead of having just the one, like Gary at the top, and then you've got the chairman.
They want a whole group.
They want like the three from each side, and then then you've got more of a, I don't want to say a democratic process.
They want to set it up like Congress, except like a smaller scale.
I love it.
Yeah, and the problem is with all that is that they are definitely gaming. They are definitely gaming the system. Like Gary is definitely picking and choosing, 1,000%. Right. I mean, and that's what it comes down to, because they're like, okay, what about ETH? He's like, I'm not talking about that. Like they are gaming the system. So I see a big push them getting out. So be on the lookout for some good stuff coming that way, because it goes to $107 billion market cap. XRP will.
Oh, yeah.
When that happens.
Oh, for sure, dude. And it's at 27 billion right now, 27.4 billion. Another pickup, in my opinion, is Matic, guys. 64 cents, almost 65 cents. That usually sits around $1. I mean, I feel like that to me is an easy come up when the markets come back. I mean, literally, it's going to get to I think it's going to be probably took a little heat for calling it like a $65 coin, but I think in the prime of the next bull run, listen, it's a layer 2 solution. It's a scaling solution to Ethereum. It needs it. And I think a lot of things are definitely being built on that blockchain. And I'll say $50 to $65 is where, in my opinion, where we're going to see that coin.
Oh no, you're 100% right, dude. Like with all what Polygon's doing, they just like jumped all over IMX, and they partnered with a bunch of other gaming things, dude. That Polygon will be like a whole gaming sector. I mean, even Disney has their accelerator program connected to Polygon. So none of this shit's going away.
And same with Sony, right? Isn't the Sony NFTs for the PlayStation?
Oh, yeah, I forgot. Yep. I forgot that's the NFTs for PlayStation will be Polygon NFTs. Like same thing with Xbox and Nintendo. They're all looking into it. They just have to figure out how the cheapest way and the easiest way to get everybody on it. Like just like when Game Pass came out, not a lot of people bought Game Pass at first because they didn't understand the value of it. It's the Netflix model. That's all it is for games. It's like subscription based, and it's $15 a month. If say they have Polygon games that pay you $15 a month if you just play the game, then you get the Game Pass for free. Like it's eventually going to get to that point because they want people's attention. They don't care about anything else. They just want your information and your attention.
We know that attention is the new oil. Daniel, please, guys, just so you know, again, if this is your first time coming to Web3 Breakfast, I want to let you know, we are community members. This show is for the community, by the community. So if any point you got anything that you want to say, raise your hand, come on up to speak. And if you're on the speaker panel, obviously we'd love to engage in civil conversation. We do use the hand system if we need it. You can cut in if you've got something that needs to be said right away. So Daniel, please feel free at any point to hop in and join this discussion. That's, I think, you're probably prime for, you know, what we're talking about right now with sound money and you know, financial literacy and making sure that we're all making the right moves, especially when we're in, like, I feel like the churning of the, you know, I think, you know, when you see the ramp up towards the impending bull run, I think we're kind of like almost there.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you for having me on. I was listening to you guys. I'm like, I want to chime in. I want to chime in. I just didn't know the protocol and how you guys do that. So, but yeah, Gensler, man, let's fire Gensler. He has been absolutely horrible, not just for crypto, but just for the entire economy in general. With banks and promising one thing to the banks and then increasing rates way beyond their expectations, causing the collapse. I mean, with the Fed, that's for the Fed, sorry. But the SEC has been filing lawsuits left and right, and we just need to get rid of Gensler. And I love the new Emmers and Davidson pushed out there, where they're getting. It's kind of like how they're doing the electors for the presidency, right? The parties pick their people, they put them in, and then it isn't the chair that controls everything. They have an executive director. They getting rid of the chair, and the executive director reports to the 3 Republicans and the 3 Democrats on the SEC board. So it's a fascinating model, and I think you're right. With we're at the beginning of the bull run. I mean, I'm a crypto miner, and as if you guys know, the bull run happens about 1 year before the halving, and there's a Bitcoin increases about 25 to 250% a year before the halving, and then after the halving, on average, it goes up about 1,250%. And we're starting to see that Bitcoin will drag all the altcoins up, and that's just how it's been the history, man. So I'm excited about the bull run coming up. And sound money is extremely important, especially with what's going around the world today with currency and fiat.
Absolutely, man. I know a lot of people are really excited for the run to happen, and if it is your first bull run, if you're, you know, waiting for it, typically, you know, like Daniel was just saying, is, you know, the king runs first. Always, that's how it's been historically. The king's going to make its run, and the king is Bitcoin, and then from there, ETH goes, and then all the altcoins go from there. Now, what's interesting is that this is going to be our first year, really like our first NFT bull run coming back, if it does come back, you know, in that same kind of system. What I'm interested in is how it's going to mess with the cycle. Is NFTs going to, you know, churn before crypto does? Is that the last thing to go? Is it Bitcoin, alts, then NFTs? You know, really interesting to see how this is all going to play out over the you know, the next year. Because again, we're like just shy of now a year away from the next halving. It should happen I think end of May, early June of next year, and we can take a look for that date real quick.
Yeah, I think it's sometime between March and April. I forget exactly when. I think it's in April.
You're right. So it's right around April 26th. Is right now, depending on, you know, the activity and stuff in the market, right around April 26th, 2024. So we are just shy of a year, and that reward will drop down from 6.25 Bitcoin per block to 3.125.
Yep. And a lot of the miners are waiting for that, because typically that's the most profitable time for us. When the halving happens, people just start buying because the inflation rate for Bitcoin drops. I think it's at 1.7%. So we're going to be cutting that in half. So every halving, the inflation rate for Bitcoin to get to 21 million decreases. That's why it's going to take about 100 years to get to 21 million. So it's an interesting time. And with the NFTs, I don't know. I bought my first NFT February of last year, right around just after the all-time high, and I mean, it boomed. So I think everything follows the king, even the NFT markets. I don't know. I'm no expert in the NFT space. I'm just I'm in it for a year and a half, and I have a great team around me that's been advising me and helping me with my project.
Awesome, man. Well, we definitely want to get into that a little bit more. I see Zima, we got a hand. What's going on, dog?
What's up, guys? Let's see. How many breakfasts have I missed already? Did I miss like 3 breakfasts already?
3 breakfasts?
Yeah.
Well, so there was a big line for the for some reason today. It was the apple slices and the watermelon went fast. That was the first thing to go. I think there's still a couple pancakes under the heat lamp, and then I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of sausage. All the bacon's gone too. So
what the heck? Yeah. I was just asking how many sessions I missed. I missed yesterday and a couple days now. But I got a bunch of friends in here, so I want to do the whole, what is that? The whole Twitter space Toastmaster protocol. Like, hey, greetings to we got so you guys we got
Oh.
Caesar here. What's up, brother?
Oh, so we got to do a little
What's
thing.
Yeah, the thing here. I got Ivan here and Sky's here. What's up, guys? Oh shoot. Okay, we got some fam here. All right.
Well,
and so
appreciate everybody pulling up. Thank you so much.
yeah. And Tennessee Gangster. I love your chicken. Very good stuff. And then Daniel, I know you as well. How are you? And I didn't realize you were going to appear today, presenting your gold project.
Hey,
how's that going?
It's going great, man. We got some updates I'll be sharing. Yeah, we got some good things going on.
Yeah, okay, good.
Really quick, Zima, did you say that the Tennessee Gangster has good chicken? Did I miss chicken? Is there like a good chicken recipe that you shared?
Nah, she's promoting this chicken brand.
Oh yeah. That's right. That's right. Okay, I remember that now. Yeah. It's like the
Yeah,
subscription service for getting chicken.
She got that look on her face, like her face is so commanding. It's like, I want to get that chicken because she told me so. That's why.
That's
Anyway, what's up, Ivan? Oh, Ivan's here too. Shoot. Okay. Anyway, sorry, I just had to say hello. I see so many of my friends here, and look, I have like 100 followers, so like everyone matters to me. So.
Well, thank you all for not only following Zima. Now, if there's anybody in the crowd here at Web3 Breakfast that is not following Zima, make sure that you do. As you guys know, Zima provides some fantastic commentary sometimes. That is some of the smartest shit that I've ever heard in my life. I love that you are part of our community, man. So definitely give everybody here on stage a follow, and definitely give Zima a follow. And if you do want to be part of our DM group, because there are some incentives, like Turbo was saying at the beginning of the show. We've got the Beast 45 workout. Definitely got a special coupon code, a nice little savings for the Web3 Breakfast community. So if you want to be a part of that, what you need to do is go down to the bottom right, make sure you retweet the room, and then on that thread that has the link for the space, just drop a comment, say, add me to the group, baby, and we'll add you to the group, and then you can get the 50% off on well, that's only for the first 100. So what I did see is that Twitter now increased the size of the DM groups from 75 to 100. So that's perfect for us.
Oh, more people, more chaos. Love it.
Yes, more fun. Listen, it's a conversation group that you want to be in. I know a lot of them are dumb. I'm in about 1,000 DM groups, and most of them I ignore. But ours is so, and maybe I'm a little biased, but ours is so fun and funny. I mean, some of the conversations that we get into are they're very high level, very professional sometimes.
Yes. Oh, and by the way, did you guys? I'm sorry, but I didn't pose a whole poll about working out with the women there. And I do believe that it not only succeeded in showing that the people want the women to work out instead of just your barbell there. It also showed that calzone is not a pizza. Listen, I mean, it was amazing how that was proven in once.
We learn a lot of things here at the show. We've got a great community. We've got great perspectives. But I love that idea, Zima. And so, that's something that we should put into the group, and we should talk about that. Are there any women that would like to be on the video with us? So at 9 a.m. Eastern, we're just doing one of the 3 sessions. So it's a 15-minute workout with a little bit of a warm-up. Any women, any guys, like if we have, I think we can bring up to 10 people on the StreamYard with us. You want to be a part of it? Just let us know.
And Turbo in the wig does not count, by the way. So,
oh God, that is just something I didn't need in my eyes.
Come on.
So Daniel knows, and
I think it looks just fun.
I do know a lot about gold banking, so I'm actually curious how the project's evolved here.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Should I just jump right into it, J Chains?
Absolutely, yeah. And we're just, we're gonna have a fun conversation about it, but talk, definitely talk about your project and like how it relates to like what Zima was just asking, with the gold banking.
Yeah, absolutely. So our project is called Meta Gold Miners Club, and the main utility is that every single one of our NFTs is backed by a percentage of gold. And what makes us unique from a lot of gold-backed projects out there, because there's a lot of great ones like Golden Baboons and all that, is we actually put our gold on chain with a smart contract. Right now, we're using PaxG to back our NFTs. So we did a mini launch. I think we closed the minting because we're going to be launching on NFT Marketplace in July. But no, it isn't just a gold-backed NFT. It's way more than that. We've partnered with American Crypto Academy. And our NFT holders have the opportunity to earn more gold rewards in Wrap Bitcoin and PaxG or one of our other gold backed asset partners every month by learning. It's a learn to earn system. So you learn about sound money principles, financial literacy, and as you pass those quizzes every month, you're able to claim some more Wrap Bitcoin and PaxG. And it's a great idea, man, because one thing I think is extremely important in today's world is education, specifically financial literacy and financial education, because we don't learn that in school. They don't teach us how to make wealth or how to invest and so forth. And I think that's something that's greatly needed at the American Crypto Academy. Also agrees with the education is key to help us achieve our freedom, right? Because I think financial freedom leads to personal freedom. And you were talking about banking, Zima. We've actually partnered with several organizations. Right now, we're in discussions with a couple of blockchain companies. I can't reveal it because the paperwork isn't signed. But once that happens,
You just said PaxG.
yeah, but they're not blockchain; they're a coin. So there's a couple of gold-based blockchain companies, and there is another gold coin with PaxG. I love PaxG. Don't get me wrong; it is the most liquid gold-backed cryptocurrency. But
Yeah.
when I called them, I spoke to the business developer, and they told me the CEO won't get out of bed unless we buy $1 billion worth of gold to partner. I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay, that's a little bit out of our price range.
First of all, I know for sure that's not true, because you will also get out of bed if you have a certain bra size.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, man. So, where was I? Yeah. So we're looking to partner with a company that will provide a debit card that you'll be able to spend your gold if you choose to. So we're discussing white label products and so forth. So we're trying to create not just a one-drop NFT project. We're trying to create a company and an ecosystem and a community that cares about their financial well-being.
Well, we're doing the PaxG partnership. That's pretty clever. They already have their gold allocation for their token, right?
100%.
So they'll provide the gold back service for your asset, and it sounds like your added value is that gamifying earning more. Is that what I heard? That's what creates the value difference.
Yeah, so we're gamifying it to learn to earn, right? Because our main mission and vision is to teach our community members the principles of sound money and how both gold and Bitcoin play a role in the sound money economy. So the best way to do that is to provide education for them and resources to learn about what that means, what sound money means, what does a sound money economy look like. And I've been working behind the scenes with, for instance, Citizens for Sound Money. They're going to help us with our sound money educational content. And what is another organization I've been talking to? Silverback Precious Metals. They are our official physical bullion redemption partners. So when you mint an NFT with us, not only do you have opportunity to earn more gold through learning about financial literacy, we are developing a bullion marketplace where all our NFTs that you mint are backed 1-to-1, just like if you were going to go to a gold and silver store.
Wait, really quick.
We didn't PaxG?
Really quick. I love where this conversation is going, and we are definitely going to pick it back up, but it is 10:30, and that means it is time for our first Web3 Breakfast morning workout. So we are going to be putting on a little jammeroni here, getting our first workout in, guys. If it's your first time tuning in, we've got a couple people tuning in for the first time every 30 minutes. So at 10:30, 11, and 11:30, we pause the show for about 2 minutes ish, and we play a music track, and we all do a workout. So it's time to get up, and if you're already up, great. And let's get that blood flowing. Let's get that heart pumping. Turbo, I don't know what I'm going to do quite yet.
Yeah.
Probably squats this time. What about you?
Yeah, I'm definitely going to do squats, and I'm going to grab my dumbbells, and I'm gonna do some presses at the top, and I'll go down on a squat, and I'll probably do something like that. Just try to keep it compound. I mean, I want to keep these shoulders warm. They're doing their thing, guys. Absolutely incredible conversation. We'll be right back to that. This is your opportunity to get up out of your seat right now, or just stay in your seat, grab your dumbbells, whatever that is. This is your opportunity to work out. This track is Mr. Bars. This is New Dividends. Let's go.
Just check
Get up.
And receive new dividends. 20-some-year-old rock star. So I told you I was up on this crypto. Now it's to the moon. Literally. To the motherfucking moon. Hey, yo, bro. Send me your wallet address real quick. I got you. I'm sending that right over. I got you before the night over. You might get you a fruit farmer. The trooper coppers might roll up. It don't matter cause you get more checks. They're both owners of the Frodex. That's in permanent law. So if the market's down, there's no sweat. New dividends, even at a loss, you know we can't win, we can't win, we can't win. New dividends, even at a loss, you know we can't win, we can't win, we can't win. On a Monday, I make a hit record on the Pro Tools, and I jump in his face with the Chupacabras.
Let's go.
Radio.
Come on, it's your opportunity to work out. Let's go.
Moves to get you wealthy, and it's woman led by wealthy. Talk to me Tuesdays, D making mine healthy. This mint gon' have my pockets melting. Cause I need them all, we ain't wolves, but you know troopers rolling packs too. While you spending Eve on a lot of gas, hit ramen cash and bring packs too.
30 seconds remaining. Gas. Gas, come on. Come on. One more.
Yeah, to the moon, about to blast soon. Yeah, I'm feeling bougie like a baboon. It's school of golden game. You ain't got a head, you can't get in my classroom. It's all about new dividends. Invest in all of these blue chips. No cruise ships, but we getting wins. It's our time, we get it in. New dividends.
Go. Final 10 seconds. Come on.
No, we can't win. We can't win. New dividends. Even at a loss.
All right.
And guys, fantastic job. Nice work.
All right, Zima. Daniel,
Damn.
let's get back at it.
My exercise was dancing, man.
Hey.
Yeah, bro.
That works. That works.
Yeah.
First of all,
those hips.
Daniel, I guess Caesar's your team. I want to point out that Caesar there has a family that actually owns a generation of martial arts, a martial arts store. The martial arts karate stuff, right? karate school. I'm sorry. So Caesar, how many hurricane kicks did you do?
I don't count, man. Counting is for newbies.
You just go.
Scary answer.
One mode, go.
Yeah, good show today, guys. I always like jumping on these. I don't catch them very often because, man, you guys are early birds. I've always liked the idea of being a morning person. Like, you know what I mean? I identify as someone who likes the idea of being a morning person, but it doesn't always happen. You know what I mean? It doesn't always happen.
Hilarious.
Hey, Daniel, before I forget, though, bro, make sure you tell these guys your story, man. I think that's one of the most important things because it gives a lot of context, right, around why sound money education and why some of the stuff that, you know, we're helping you put together for the community, why it's so important and kind of, you know, close to you in terms of just you can make it relatable, I think, for a lot of people by sharing that story.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, I'll just get into it. I was gonna see if Zima wanted to finish, but I'll tell my story. I think he's right. It gives a lot of context. That cool, Zima?
Yeah, but tell your story like softly. It make me cry.
Jeez.
Right,
hey, that costs extra, Zima.
Special request there, man.
All right. So as I mentioned with my hips, I'm Cuban American, first generation. So I grew up with my family telling me about how they left Cuba in '65. Fidel took over in '59, and my grandfather, my family had land, buildings, farmland, construction business that was all taken away from them. And I remember my family and my grandfather telling me that the last straw that broke the camel's back to flee Cuba was when my grandfather paid the butcher some extra money to buy some more meat because in communist Cuba, they give you rations for food. And then I don't know if you know this, every single communist country has an informant. If it's in a condo building, every floor has a communist informant, or every block in a street has a communist informant. And somehow the informant found out that my family got some extra meat. The communist police came in, arrested my grandfather, threw him in jail. When he was released, he's like, we got to go. So they packed everything they could, and when they got to the airport, it didn't matter how much they packed. The government confiscated everything, and they literally came to Miami with the clothes on their back. So if it wasn't for friends and family already here, my family would have been homeless. And they were able to get a studio apartment for my aunt, my mother, my grandmother, my grandfather. My grandfather started from scratch, pouring cement in Miami in the 60s. And to make some extra money, they would go to a Cuban store, smaller, it's a bigger chain now, called Sedano's, and buy pies. And my grandmother would cut up the pies, put in aluminum foil, and make some extra money. Well, I am so grateful for America because my grandfather's hard work from the 60s through the 70s and 80s, he moved himself up to that same construction company. He bought it, he sold it, and he left his, he retired in his 50s and left my family an inheritance. So I was extremely grateful for the opportunities America provided my family, from nothing to getting back to where we were with land, property, businesses. And I promised myself at a very young age, I'll never allow what happened to my family's country to happen to my country. So I dedicated my first half of my professional career to politics. I was a political consultant for 22 years, working on presidential campaigns, running super PACs and all that, trying to fight the encroachment of communism and socialism in the United States. And during that time, I took a sabbatical from, my first campaign was working for Charlie Crist when he was running for Republican governor in Florida. And then in 2011, I took a sabbatical from politics, got my master's, and while I was in grad school, I became an insurance agent. So that was my first exposure to the financial sector and financial industry. After I graduated, I had some family issues. I flew back to Florida and I became a stockbroker because I wanted to provide better returns for my clients. But when I was in Wall Street, I absolutely hated it because of the greed that people didn't care about their clients. So after 5 months, after getting my Series 7, I left Wall Street, got back into politics. So to give you a backdrop, I was educated on the fiat monetary system. And my mission never changed. My mission has always been, and still will be, preventing the fall of America through socialism and communism. And that brings me to blockchain. So as a consultant, I had a direct mail marketing company. So, when you're doing a lot of printing, the paper is heavy and the printers and all that. I hurt my back doing jujitsu, and I could no longer run my printing company, and I needed some help. So I had a business partner come in to help me out physically and also in my business. And this was March of 2020. And she's like, "Hey, what do you think about Bitcoin?" I'm like, absolutely freaking not. It's internet magic money, and it's just like the tulip situation. There's nothing backing it. No. And from March to about September, she kept asking me weekly, sometimes daily, "We should look at Bitcoin. We should look at Bitcoin." I'm like, no. Then she teamed up with a buddy of mine who's in crypto. His name is Dan also. And they started tag teaming me. And I was fed up with it. After months of this, I'm like, "Hey, guys, stop. I'm never going to invest in crypto. I'm never going to invest in Bitcoin. Stop talking about it." So Dan called me. He's like, "Bro, let me just come over and show you 2 videos. If after these 2 videos, you're not convinced about blockchain and crypto, we won't talk to you about it anymore." So I said, "All right, fine." He came over, he pulled up YouTube, and I didn't even need to watch the second video. The first video was a video by Don Tapscott about, in 2016, a TED Talk about how blockchain is changing business in the world. And it was great, fantastic, all the information you need to know about Bitcoin, but that isn't what convinced me to go from being anti-crypto to pro-crypto. What convinced me was around the end of that talk, he was talking about land deeds and titles and how the blockchain is immutable and how in the future we can add our land deeds, titles, and contracts onto the blockchain to prove ownership. And he gave an example. First, he said that 70% of the world's population have tenuous deeds and titles, meaning that they don't own the land, it's just a lease from the government. And then he gave an example about Nicaragua when they had the problems with communism down there and how the Communist Party would destroy land deeds and titles and government records, put their friends' names on the party on that, go with guns, go to the landowner like, "Hey, get off this land. This is no longer your land. This is my buddy's land." And he said, imagine if we could put land deeds and titles on the blockchain and prove, no matter what the government did, that that land was yours. And immediately a light bulb went off in my head. I'm like, holy crap. If we had blockchain technology in the 1950s, and let's say the Cuban government was overthrown in my lifetime, we could have gone back to Cuba, look at the blockchain, prove the ownership of my grandparents of the land and businesses, and either get reparations or get the property back. And at that moment, I realized that blockchain technology can provide more freedom personally, economically, and politically than any political activity of man. So at that point, I rededicated my professional career from politics to blockchain technology. And starting in October, I bought my first crypto. I dove into the rabbit hole of crypto mining, and I started my own crypto mining business on February 1st.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's a story. That's awesome. Now you can obviously, and I know if there's more, please just tell me to shut up if you want to keep going. But like just listening to that and knowing where you're going, and we talked before we did the workout break, and I would like to get more into this because Turbo and I, we are, and we talked about this with American, and we're going to do some back channel stuff and really get things going. But our whole goal is to build a financial literacy and blockchain education center here in Atlanta that is also like a community development and outreach center. So we're really trying to pull in people from just the everyday life into this ecosystem. And I think, it's like the program that you've got, like the reward to earn, that kind of thing. The reward to learn. That to me is a great model. And we saw, like Coinbase, I think is who really pioneered that originally, where you get like $10 in some crypto if you sat there and watched some videos. And I think that's a great way to get, the incentivization, the gamification. That's how you get people to try new stuff. And so, with what we're trying to build out and what we're trying to take, our center, Chain Labs, I think, some kind of collaboration, not only between, what we've already talked with American and trying to do something, but even you, Daniel, bring in what, you've got, the educational model, that rewarding system, and bring that into, a more of this, in real life center that we're going to be building. I really think that there's a great opportunity for collaboration. I got some hands. Turbo, will go to you and then Zima.
Yeah, we are past being a dream. We are breaking, we're like there, I'm saying? Like we're having very serious meetings right now, and that was one of the questions, right? They had asked us, like, do you plan on taking your curriculum online? And we're like, man, that's not really our plan right now. Our plan is bringing people together. It's creating teams, taking our tribe and giving them opportunity to create community. I think, Daniel, what you're doing becomes very important, and might fill a need, in what we have going on, where we're able to really put those partnerships together like we talked about. So definitely looking forward to that for sure.
Yeah.
Zima. I know, Daniel.
Go ahead, Zima. Yeah, I was just going to say, through my launching of this project and meeting with Citizens for Sound Money, they recently hired me as their legislative director as well, to push sound money legislation in targeted states to recognize their constitutional right for gold and silver as money, and to institute asset-backed currencies, and digitizing the state gold and silver so that citizens in the states can use it. And and we have lots of connections through Citizens for Money as well. So I'd love to talk more about what you guys are doing in Atlanta and see how we can collaborate with each other.
Absolutely, yeah. And like Turbo was saying, like this, what started out as a kind of a not really a dream, but just like the idea during this build market. And like you said, we're getting very, very close to having a funding source, which makes this whole thing an absolute reality. And with the drive and determination that he and I have, and then other people that we have here in our network, in our community and ecosystem, I mean, it's one of those things where we will fast track as much as we can in order to bring this to fruition, bring this to real life, and really just start. Because we know we're on borrowed time as far as bringing people in. The critical mass is going to come with the next cycle, and so we have to be ready before we get into a full swing in order to accommodate people, do the right kind of education. Like we've said it on the show, and I would love to hear your take on this, Daniel, and even American too. Like everything that we hear out of the news, and especially with Gary and all this stuff with the SEC and the lawsuits and everything. I mean, the optics of our industry are just shit. Like people like from the outside, are just like think that we're floundering. I've got family that thinks that we're all going broke because of with the price action and stuff. It's like, no, our portfolios are down, but really like we're building, we're networking, we're growing, we're developing. Like all these things are actually happening, but nobody knows that because they don't care to dive deep into the really the fundamentals of this ecosystem and stuff. But what are your thoughts on that, Daniel, of the optics versus what we're trying to accomplish with like our backs up against the wall, knowing that the influx is coming?
Yeah, I think the optics are horrible, mostly because of Luna, FTX, and all that. But I think the optics for the US dollar, it's starting to wake people up, and it's getting a lot worse with the banking system. I think the failures with the global economy. And I think when I don't know how much you guys have been paying attention to what's happening with the dollar and BRICS and all that, but eventually in the next 1 to 3 years, our dollars that we've been sending out, our inflation by printing and our currency being the central bank, it's going to come home. And I think we're going to either have a super inflation or hyperinflation event in the next coming years as countries get rid of the dollar as their central bank currency. And I think the optics are going to look good, and people are going to wonder where is the best place to put our money, especially with CBDCs coming down the pipe. And how do we keep privacy? So I think right now it's really bad, right? Because the common person doesn't really look at crypto. I mean, there's still people I can ask, have you ever heard of Bitcoin? Like, yeah, I've heard about it, but I don't know anything about it. And that's the majority of the population. It's similar to being a political consultant. Like, we're in the top 1% of what's going on politically, right? There's what's on TV, there's what's people talk about at the bar. But when you're actually in politics, like the backroom deals and everything. We're in crypto, we're in Web3. We're in the know. We get information a lot faster, and we can disseminate it through Twitter much quicker than the general population. It just, I think, as we're building, just like the web, or the internet, the internet companies were building, and the general population were wondering if they could trust crypto. We're getting to that point where we're starting to self-regulate or being forced to regulate, and we're starting to push up the bad actors, right? You can even see it at the conferences. The Bitcoin conference, it was fantastic, but it was maybe half the size of exhibitors because you had Celsius wasn't there, BlockFi wasn't there, FTX wasn't there. Like, all the bad actors are starting to get pushed out, and that's the beauty of a capitalist society.
Daniel,
yeah.
I don't want to cut you off, my friend, but the hands are coming up, and I want to make sure that I ask my question, because I don't want to take too long for my stuff, and these guys are gonna have their hands hurt. So and by the way, Caesar, I don't wake up in the morning for this. Okay, I'm up all night. Stuff. So I'm tired.
I don't believe you, bro. I don't believe you.
I'm never early for this. I'm up all night when I make these things.
That's a fact.
So,
That's
true.
If there's one thing,
up all night.
If there's one thing I know about Zima's attendance here at Web3 Breakfast, it is because he has been working the entire night. He pops in for a little bit of breakfast, and then he shuts it down. He
that's right.
Plugs himself back into the matrix.
And feel free to interrupt me whenever, because Cesar's been trying to. I can blab, so no problem.
Okay, look. I was researching your back end real quick when you were talking. So I'm gonna say two things, and I'm gonna ask you guys to give me a little bit of space here, because I'm gonna ask a series of questions, which I promise you will benefit everyone. Is that cool, guys? Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. Okay. Yes. Good. I don't wanna.
Yeah, we're good.
All right. Okay. Cool. Here's how it goes. So first of all, on your comment regarding I'll talk about the optics first. This is just a general thing for crypto itself. Look, I have watched the United States government destroy the reputations of scientists that are highly reputable over this whole vaccine thing. Really, we have Nobel Prize winners that were knocked down. So when you talk about the optics of crypto, at the end of the day, it's not because of FTX, etc. It's because what they chose to focus on to create the optics for us. The best way to actually succeed in developing a weapon against perception is statistics. The stats that we don't have enough data that actually shows how much positive life impact that has been made for people that didn't have opportunities before crypto. Artists that were able to convert. These things you should be able to spit out in front of everybody's face and saying, you do realize that over like 10 or 100 times more artists can now make money and earn a living because of crypto. Stuff like that will create a baseline for optics that can actually be which will be the weapon that you have, because you cannot rely on government or media to make you look good when you know they're always gonna try to shoot you down. All right, it's our job. So that's my first point on optics. Number two, regarding your story on the real estate ownerships and blockchain. With that, it is a very important lesson to learn, especially title ownership. I have a lot of experience in title ownership. And just for a fun fact, throughout the history of the U.S., real estate fraud at the highest level has been centered around, obviously weird transactions and the courthouses. You can actually measure the shadiness of an area by how many times over the last 100 years a courthouse where they keep the title records has burned down. The number one city that actually, the number one state that actually has had the most frequent burn downs of courthouses is Washington, D.C. The second one is Florida. All right, so that's my 2 points of random stuff there.
Thank you. I loved it.
Number 3.
You got a third one?
No. Third one is actually more in the PAX now. I have to dig in real quick. I'm sorry, not PAX. What do you call your project?
Metagold Miners Club.
Metagold. All right. So here's a question. The Metagold NFT, is that right?
Yeah, the Metagold Miners.
It's backed by a percentage of gold. So the purchase amount of this NFT will also be backed by the PAX token. Is that correct?
When you say the purchase amount, you mean the mint price?
Whatever, yeah. Money change for whatever somebody's gonna spend to acquire this thing. You're backing it with the PAX token. Is that correct?
Right. We're the percentage that we're using to buy the gold.
No, Caesar says no. Okay.
Not 100%. Not 100%.
Yeah. Okay. Fine. But there's a backing there of the PAX token. Correct.
Right. It's in our smart contract. So once you mint, our smart contract automatically converts the percentage and puts it into a smart contract account, and then your actual claim check that you can use and burn.
Gorgeous.
Claim that gold.
And so they will actually redeem the actual PAX. The PAX token if they want to, because it's part of the features. Is that right?
Correct.
The actual redemption, and so then they can take that PAX token and go through the PAX process for final redemption. Is that correct?
Yes, but to redeem through PAX G, you have to have 400 PAX G because you can only redeem 100 ounce bar.
Yeah, of course. But if you actually completed the whole, if you had enough of your NFTs, you can do that, right?
Right, or you can go through us with our partnership with Silverback Precious Metals and redeem as little as half ounce of gold.
Okay, so PAX G is if you have enough, and you did a partnership with these guys for a fractional amount. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay, so first of all, since you answered good on all those questions, I know that you know a lot about gold and all that, but I know for damn sure that you better thank Caesar right there next to you, okay? Because right now, I'm just gonna say, I'm very, very proud of you guys. All right, I'm very proud of you guys.
Thank you. Yeah,
I didn't know where that was going. I'm just gonna say.
I was so scared.
I was worried there, J Chains. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I was worried.
I was like, oh my god, like
Yo, Caesar.
like, no.
Do you understand why I'm proud, Caesar? Caesar, yes or no? Do you understand why I'm proud?
Yeah, I think so. He answered the questions satisfactorily.
No. You know what I am pegging against. The reality is.
Oh, okay. Yeah. What you and I talked about.
Exactly right.
Yes.
So Daniel, I you can claim all you want. I know that Caesar has advised you well, and good for you to have a good team member of that.
Thank you.
I love that.
I love. We've become pretty good friends, and we talk every day, and we even play Fortnite together and kill a bunch of people and win.
Hey, bro, that's a secret, man. You're not supposed to tell people that.
You're dropping too much alpha. Dropping too much alpha.
The reason why I wanted to ask those questions is something very important. And first of all, I'm actually very impressed that you guys found the right kind of partner for the proper level of gold redemption. Because it has been, and PAX G is actually a pretty serious corp. I see they have offices for redemption of their gold vaulted assets. This is a proper operation for linking a gold-backed digital asset. This is one of the best I've seen so far. And the combination that you have, you pick at least the right backend for the rare metals. And so why I say this, guys, is that if there's conversations to be had with regards to crypto assets, digital ownership, and gold, and actually having to take a full life cycle to really connect it on a strong legal basis, was that there was a struggle, you can say, for really obtaining those things in the best way. And right now, Caesar and Daniel just won. So congratulations, guys, for making a proper gold-backed NFT.
I love that. Let's go. Sapphire. I need to get to some of these hands because, you know, Turbo likes to say that we've got a class action lawsuit against me for shoulder injuries. And so Sapphire, if you could go please first and then American after that. And then Daniel, we'll bring it right back. I got to get some of these shoulders down. So
We're looking for
I'll get in trouble.
representation in the DMs.
Thank you. Luckily, I'm ambidextrous, so even if my right arm, falls off, I can use my left.
Just switch them.
I'll try to keep it quick. I know we're due for a workout in 2 minutes, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go. Okay, so first question I may have missed just because I am working, so I'm intermittently out. So I was just curious, when you say redeem, when this redemption, is it just a redemption and that you're basically getting money for the amount of gold that you've minted, or is this actually you're literally redeeming physical gold?
Can I answer that for you? Can I answer that for you?
Go ahead.
I have a feeling you're gonna do it anyways, Iman.
No. I want to answer that for you because there's actually this is the point that I was driving at the whole time. Okay, so the positive thing about this setup is that with the full amount that PaxG would require, you could actually get your real gold in hand, like logistically, physically, which is positive. However, because there is a certain minimum amount that they have, these guys have teamed up with another firm to actually make sure that even the fractional amounts can be redeemed. But at the end of the day, was that the whole play here is that there's a value add, and that value add is that there's the baseline asset plus their gamification with I've been here from American Crypto Academy. So anyway, I think I wanted to answer that because that is the one thing that I'm proud of here. Okay.
That is awesome. Cool. Sapphire, did that answer your question?
That did. And I guess this might be something we'll have to table until after we get done with our workout. But I was just curious because you kind of touched on it a little bit, Daniel. Like one of my main concerns with even just fiat is that like everything is shifting, like the CBDCs, like with there being like 114 countries, like, which is like 95% of the global GDP that are exploring CBDCs. And there's like 11 countries that have already fully launched a digital currency. And we know China's one of those that are in their pilot. And so I'm just curious, like how you see that impacting, a gold-backed project like this, and how it would impact it and how quickly you see that having that impact.
We want to do our workout first. You want me to answer, Jay?
The workout. That's a long answer, bro.
Yeah, let's get that workout in and we'll come right back to that. Sapphire, great question. But it is 11 o'clock. That means we are halfway through the show. It's time for our second workout break, right, Turbo?
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, I am. I am so ready for this. I'm gonna go heavy on this one. I got my dumbbells set up. Yeah, I'm gonna do some heavy because I really want to get this chest lifted up a little bit. I'm gonna pull this up a little bit. So I'm gonna do some seated chest presses overhead.
Is that the shake weight, the heavy shake weight, Turbo? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah, he's got the most advanced shake weight. He's like
got you, bro.
A pro shake waiter, a weight shaker. Is it a
shake
waiter? Are you a shake waiter or a weight shaker?
I'm a weight shaker. Actually, I'm like Sapphire. I'm ambidextrous. I can shake it with both hands, and I can also shake it with two hands. So
just let me remind you.
But can you shake it like a salt shaker? That's the question.
You are on video, so how do you want to show us?
And I am watching.
You gotta shake it like a
Sapphire, I know you're watching because she's like, "Yo, it's workout time. Let's wrap this shit up. It's time to work out." I love that. Keeping us on our toe, guys. Jay, what you working on? You look like you're getting the curl position. That's if I've ever seen.
I'm gonna get these. It's all biceps, man. I'm trying to get these guns ready to go. I don't skip leg days, but I definitely got to get this.
Hell yeah! And guys, it's your opportunity to get up. We're having an amazing conversation. Let's get right to it.
Where's the music?
Yeah, where's the music?
You just got to play music in your mind, guys. You got to imagine
the
music
not coming through. What
the
hell?
It's not playing, bro.
Okay, let's see.
This is the play your own music segment, just mentally.
We'll whistle.
Oh.
BYOM.
The push-ups.
Let me see here. Let's see if I can rescue this really quick. Let me know if you guys. Okay. Turn this volume up a little bit.
Carrie, rescue them.
So it should be playing music right now.
No, it's silent. It's rugging.
We got anything coming through now?
This is awesome.
Zima and Safi, keep that beatbox going, guys.
I mean, this is
I can
crazy.
try to play
We can
something.
here. You know what? Here we go. Forget about this. I have, and hopefully it doesn't sound like shit. But I can at least get some
Acapella.
Nah, we'll do this.
What are you doing, bro?
Can you hear that?
Let's tarnish that bad boy.
Hey, this is that tropical beat, guys. Let's get to it. Look, there's a will, there's a way. Let's get to that workout.
I can play some music if you all want.
Can you not hear this that far?
Yeah, it's getting sad in here.
I can hear it.
There we go.
Jumping jacks time.
And that's all I got on that one right there. I'm gassed on that one. Let's go. Let's work. Let's work. Let's work. Let's work. Yes. Good. Bro, I'm sweating.
All right.
Oh, yeah.
That's an easy one today. That's,
Yeah.
I'll tell you what.
Probably get out of the third one too. You know what I'm saying? Top of the hour, guys. Thank y'all so much for being here. It's Web3 Breakfast. We do this every Monday through Fridays, guys. This is a show by the community for the community. We have Daniel up in here doing his thing, talking a little bit about some gold and some financial literacy. We got the whole Web3 Breakfast up in here. So we're having a great conversation. We appreciate y'all being here.
Carrie, what's up, man?
Yo, I just want to say this morning, Beast 45 got me out of bed. It got me feeling frisky. Not well, okay. Let me read.
You go with that. You go with it, Carrie.
That's what I'm talking about.
It got me feeling good. I was like, okay. The funny thing was, I was kind of paranoid because I was smoking something, and I was like, nobody's in my house, but I was still, I was like in a room by myself with two men on the screen grunting away. And I was like, you know what? This is 2023. I got nothing to feel ashamed of. This is just three guys hanging out together in a room.
Getting sweaty and grunting.
And it was grunty, but it was fun, man. You know what? And I feel freaking good right now. I'm not afraid to say it.
Good, man.
Straight up. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for that Beast 45, that free snip. And you know what I mean? I encourage everybody else to like try to wake up that extra little bit early before Web3 breakfast and try to get a bit of that in, because like, you know, if you're not, then you're missing out on 1/3 of the program.
I appreciate you, Carrie. I'm glad that you did that. I'm glad that you tried it out with us, guys. You know, just like the show here, we live stream the workouts. So if you want to test it out this week, you are more than welcome to. Tomorrow we'll have another little upgrade. We'll have actually the screen that we see on the phone. So it's all app based, right? So I'm gonna boom the app to the screen, so you'll be able to actually see the workouts, what we see while we're doing it. And I'm telling you what. We're going to change our lives, right? We are going to change our lives. We're going to change our physiques. It's all about having healthy minds, healthy bodies, and healthy portfolios, right? And so we're working on that. We want you guys to work on that with us. Like this is a journey that the Web3 Breakfast Club is going on together.
And that's like the whole thing, man. You know, like I don't want anybody sitting back being upset. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, look at these guys. They're ripped. Yeah, like you would be ripped with us. Like, oh my gosh, look at these guys. They got like 19 businesses. How'd this happen? We gave you the sauce. Like we're literally in the group. We're like, look, reach out to us. Like, let's all work together. Those who do like are reaping it. You know what I'm saying? Like Carrie C went from never coming to stage to coming to stage. Now he's hosting his own show. He got like 19, 20 fans. Like they're going nuts. Like if he don't play, they're like, oh, Carrie. Like it's crazy when you go to therapy radio. That's what it's about.
Listen, we were waiting for the show to start on Saturday afternoon, and you should have heard the green room, man. The people were getting unruly. Like, where's this guy at? This choker, man. Like, let's get this thing going. We need our therapy radio, man. We were about ready to go for a witch hunt, but you started it just in time before people got angry. So good job on you, sir.
That's how we grow together.
And Kerry's space is great, by the way. He's got some fire in music.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Love it. American, you got your hand up. What's up, sir?
Well, not to interrupt you, Zima, but good morning, everyone. Happy Taco Tuesday. I'm a little disappointed. It's been over an hour. The show's been live and nobody's mentioned tacos yet, even though that's one of the favorite foods here in this Web3 community. So get yourself some tacos today. And I had so many comments earlier. I've raised my hand a couple of times, just some feedback, but I've forgotten already. Definitely excited to talk to you on the side and explore what you're building in Atlanta, because secretly we've been toying with the idea of buying a physical academy as well. In fact, we are reaching out to some government available spots for free. For example, the government's giving away a bunch of lighthouses because lighthouses now are outdated and not used. And so there's some lighthouses to be picked up. So maybe, I don't know, I can find that article for you. Maybe there's some near Atlanta. But it's all about education. I think going back to an earlier conversation when Daniel was speaking I think that when we were talking about the optics where people don't know about Bitcoin or cryptocurrency, they still don't. You ask them, they don't even know who Gary Gensler is or, you know, what his function or involvement with SEC is. A lot of them still don't even realize that organizations like Binance and Coinbase are being sued. So it all falls back to education, which is why I'm personally thrilled of what we're doing with the state of Wyoming and launching that education right down to our high school students so that they can start learning firsthand. And just like the internet was about a generation behind to get mainstream adoption and for our older generations to start learning and their kids and grandkids to teach them how to use computers and smartphones. I don't think crypto is going to be any different, regardless of this shenanigans going on with regulations and the SEC and people that don't know that are passing regulations. So getting to the core of our youth and giving them that power is going to make us that much more powerful as individuals and be able to stand to that shenanigans that we're seeing.
Man, I like that. That was fantastic. And you know what, really quick, not to really sidebar this, but or to take it to a side note, but I started looking up through, and you can get through the GSA auctions, turbo. We could get the Cleveland Harbor West Pier headlight, right? This is out there on the water, view of the Cleveland skyline, beautiful area. $25,000 is the current bid. And so it starts on, it looks like the 1st of August is when the bid starts. So let's buy a lighthouse.
A lighthouse,
dude. Lighthouses are actually pretty fitting for education if you think about it, right? It's a beacon. You're enlightening people, right? You're bringing awareness. I think that's powerful, guys. I think you guys are onto something here.
You're a beacon of light. That's what a lighthouse is. Good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. How are you?
Here I am.
What are you doing? What's up, brother?
What's up? Quick intro. Jahan is the CEO of the American Crypto Academy, and so happy that he is here with us this morning.
Thank you very much, Ivan, for pinging me. Yeah, it's great to be here. I can't believe they actually let me run the American Crypto Academy. It's phenomenal that they put someone like me in charge.
I'm glad you're here.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
Just asked a question about the impact of all this digital stuff and gold, etc. I have something to say about that. I want you to hear this too. So, yeah. Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, absolutely. I wanted to get back to Sapphire's question about CBDCs and what does that mean economically. There's a law called Gresham's Law that essentially it's bad money drives out good money. So with CBDCs, I see CBDCs and fiat currency as bad money. And you have BRICS, Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa that have been discussing creating a gold-backed currency. China and Russia have been buying up a lot of gold, so does South Africa. If they do that, if they implement that, what does that mean? It means that we have a fiat currency that is much harder because it's backed by a fraction of gold. So if Gresham's law is true, which it has been throughout human history, that means that good money is going to drive out the bad money, which is the US dollar and all the non-backed CBDCs. So, or fiat currencies, including CBDCs. So what does that mean? I've made the decision early this year to try to get rid of as much fiat currency as I can. I only have what I need to pay my bills. I've been putting 75% of my savings into Bitcoin and gold 50-50 and 25% into silver and Ethereum 50-50. And that is where all my savings is located right now, except for my little play money.
Dude, I love hearing that. That's totally worth a follow because that's exactly what I've done. I'm down to my mortgage, a checking account, and one credit card.
Dang. Good for
I'm
you.
getting it out of the loop. That's what it is. These are two closed loop systems, right? Let me ask you a question. Like, how much fiat historically that has gone into crypto comes back? It's significantly less.
Yes.
Right. Once it goes onto on chain, it ain't coming back ever.
Well, there's no point, right? And I love that idea that you basically keep out what you need in order to function. You keep the roof over your head and every little bit there. But I mean, that's the shift that we're making in our family here too. Is it's time to you got to start hedging against the dollar. We see what's happening. I mean, the writing's on the wall, right? Like things are not going well, and as long as they don't go well and continue to not go well, I think hedging against the dollar by getting into crypto, by getting into precious metals, by getting into maybe even some foreign currencies. I mean, I think like this is the time, and it sucks to even say that, but I mean, this is the time to start thinking about it. Like we've got to have a plan B, and I don't mean just Bitcoin.
Absolutely. Oh, absolutely. Like there needs to be like multiple pathways. We're going to this. I'll give you a little background. I'm a political science sort of dork. I get 2 degrees in it, and that's what. But I geek out on that stuff. We're obviously moving towards this new world order. Balaji's kind of closest to explaining it with this decentralized state. The nation state system, as you know, it's really not that old. Only since like mid 1600s, the Peace of Westphalia, and we're starting to see this like divergence into this multipolar world, right? And we talked about, I heard someone say BRICS earlier, right? We're gonna have like these regional spheres of influence, and I'm just like really worried that we're gonna be that like our sphere of influence is just gonna look like the movie WALL-E.
Or Idiocracy.
Yeah. Oh, Idiocracy is so precise, right? So precise. It is so precise. Like. I want to get a regular latte for those that have seen that movie. I just want to go to Starbucks and walk out, not like feel a little weird.
By the way, Jahan, you're way too humble regarding your background. So for those that don't know, Jahan here actually has prior to the American Crypto Academy, was also working with the venture fund in that space, and also has connections with the Department of Defense in prior work. Is that correct, Jahan?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yeah, I thank you very much. By the way, yeah, I was co-founder of Sarsen Funds before American Crypto Academy, and I've been in tech for a better part of 10 years. This is my 6th startup, as a matter of fact. And prior to that, I was in the intelligence community. This was my first career. I was an intelligence officer with the Department of Defense. So, am I a Fed? I get asked that all the time. I'm also secretly I'm a little bit of a DJ, right? Oh no, you want someone like me on the inside?
Yeah,
trust me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we totally do.
Yeah, you do. Because like, I can help you do fun things like. Let's do an influence program the right way. You know what I'm saying? Rather than just sort of like the amateur way, we can bring some professional precision to it.
Stop with your dark side tactics, Jahan.
Well, hey, it got us here, dude. It got us here. By the way, I just want to throw it out. After the bear market and after all these people got their clocks cleaned,
yeah,
John Sarsen and I, our company still stood. We didn't take any outside VC ever. It was a small friends and family at Sarsen Funds. We haven't taken any. We bootstrapped this, right? We're the real deal, and we're happy to be here, and we're glad to see the grifters getting exposed finally. And like we're at this battle point, right? Everybody, it was supposed to be here. This was like supposed to happen. This was always part of the narrative, and now it's time for good folks like us good, pure heart, good mind. They're doing this for the right reason. There's a vacuum of leadership. Let's go seize it.
May I ask Sapphire for you to re-ask your question? Sapphire, you there?
She might be working. She's at her desk as well.
Okay. So
yeah.
So her question was actually in connection with the digital currencies, and I suppose she mentioned gold as well in terms because of the of this conversation, right? So this is my thing I wanted to communicate. You actually saw some of my very strange infographics. This is my infograph that I tried to talk about the we the people thing. No? All right. So if you haven't seen it, Kerry saw it. It's basically part of a bunch of infographics I'm about to release. And it was all because I heard you guys on the space that I wasn't on really talking about making change, right? How do we talk about, the problems, the challenges, society? How do you make an impact? How do you make a dent? And my first reaction to all of this was how it was being discussed. And I said, you need to have a common baseline or framework before you can actually improve something. You need to know where you're coming from, right? And so let's talk about gold for a second. When the United States sanctions a country, let's say Iran or whatever, right? What do they really do there? They basically control the wiring system and limit funds to go in and out of that country using the world financial wiring fiat system. They can actually choke an entire country from being able to buy, trade, export, etc., in literally one day.
Oh yeah, you've read Confessions of an Economic Hitman, right?
That's just the basis there.
Yeah.
What's the next thing what do those countries do right away though? So when Iran had their first sanction, what happened? They basically lined up all their gold, right, and shipped it over to Russia and basically had and bought their transactions that way. What you need to understand is that the gold banking economy lies parallel to the fiat wire infrastructure of the world. This is a system that actually is that is not controlled and even can be influenced by the United States, just so you know. Because when the U.S. and all the stuff, if we are pegged, if the dollar pegs against if the currencies peg against the dollar, when those countries are sanctioned, at the end of the day, it's still back to gold trade. It is independent of a country's of any one country's actual currency strength.
Absolutely. Hey Zima, let me ask you a question. Have you checked out like the comparison of different countries' gold reserves? Go look at the UK. Go look at the UK, and then check out Marshall Hayner. You guys know Marshall Hayner? Marshall Hayner is the founder of MetalPay, and he just dropped some alpha that he's pretty sure that Bitcoin might have been British government sponsored.
Well, yeah, I know. I heard that. I'm not even sure what that guy was, but I'm glad you mentioned gold reserves. So when you're talking about gold reserves, here's a significant thing to understand with why I'm saying all this. Right before COVID began, do you guys know First Nation? It's basically the organization of all the American Indian tribes that exist in all of those tribal lands, right? So they have their own, I guess people know that they have their casinos, etc. But you guys don't know is that it was 2 years ago or 3 years ago, First Nation recalled all their international gold lending to hoard gold reserves into their hands again. These people have literally made a proactive move right now to consolidate their gold strength for a reason. So I need you to understand that on U.S. soil, that's a big clue about what's to come and the big importance of rare earth metals and gold as a primary means of exchange. The crypto side of this conversation is that we all know that and we've all saw this coming for a long time, guys, that one of the biggest threats and tools they will use is challenging the onboard and offboard ramps. They first tried to attack the exchanges, but now the next question mark is, well, I have my fiat, so I want to educate people on crypto. But how are you going to educate people when all of a sudden they shut down all the easy entry points for taking their cash and buying crypto?
Yeah, let me ask you, where are the crypto ATMs? Those all disappeared, right?
No, yeah, policies, etc. But here's my point, though, right? There is an answer to all this. And the answer does lie in rare earth metals and gold. You see, the onboard and offboard ramps at the end of the day, I understand, Daniel, that you're looking to create some sort of policy, campaign, etc. But the reality is, you don't need to have the gold to be accepted as a currency. You can.
I think gold's days are just going to over the next 100 years. Did we lose?
I just rugged.
You're kind of rugging a little bit.
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Yeah. I'm sorry. Where did I leave off? Somebody called me and I got disrupted. Okay. So anyway, look, my point is this. Okay. There's three things. There's a couple things to address here. Fact is, there is a financial storm that is to come. For crypto, there is the things we're building here. And a lot of the big companies, they've already fought policies back and forth, left and right, with that in terms of shutting down onboard offboard ramps. Right in London, it was shut down for Binance for a bit. Coinbase as a threat, but the reality is it's even more of a threat right now, just because it is now at the premise of a brand new national initiative of a brand new digital currency, which is going to compete with whatever we're doing over here. At the same time, you also have you also have a bunch of bank failures and a bunch of proven tactics that they're already warning against. The money of the big orgs may be too distracted because they're reacting right now. Okay, so you can't just rely on the resources to solve this problem for us. But the one insight you need to have is that fundamentally, world trade, irrespective of the currency and the country's problems, still defaults to gold transfer and gold banking, which is parallel and not connected to the wire system. Which also means, if you understand how that really works, A, you can actually go from gold to a form of fiat through a very known model, and B, with projects just like these guys here, right? You're actually just a breath away from actually making it truly a gold-backed safety onboard offboard ramp in a very, very transitional way that may be the next generation of what needs to happen very quickly, actually. So this is a very important topic because at the center of all these CBDC conversations, of all these digital currencies, is the fact that there's a context of not just what they're gonna do. You have to take a look at what they've already done and what they're saying they've lined up to do, right? Which basically means just be ready. And to me, gold is literally going to be a very important part in the transition step. To save Bluffton.
I feel you there. Go ahead, Daniel.
Yeah, well, Zima, I think you're 100% right. And I think the answer to the onboard, off-board ramp is working with companies like Load and Kinesis, where you can actually send your gold and physical bullion. They'll put it in their vaults. They'll digitize it. And then with their debit cards, which they'll be launching in the next few months in the United States, you can start spending your gold and silver digitally like cash.
Exactly right. This is what I'm talking about. Like those are the very fundamental practical things that can be done. And anyway, look, this is actually a really key conversation as a premise for maybe the next. All we have to do is wait just a few more weeks for that next annoying piece of news, and this conversation will become even more relevant. You'll see.
What was the name of that company, Daniel, that you just mentioned that you can send them? They'll digitize your actual gold.
Kinesis.money, KINESIS.money is the gold and silver blockchain, and then Load is a decentralized. Kinesis is centralized, but Load is about Avalanche blockchain. But they have a wormhole that they're launching soon. That they're going to be chain agnostic, so you can move their gold and silver coins from Avalanche to any other blockchain with their development. They're doing a lot of good things, both companies.
That sounds kind of cool. I like that a lot.
Yeah, and Kinesis has a white label product that we're trying to integrate into our ecosystem so that our community members can take their gold from their NFTs and immediately turn it into digitized gold, or just send it in and start using the debit card for their daily expending. So that's a conversation I'm still working on. That partnership's going to take a long time because they're doing a lot of big things. they actually passed legislation in Indonesia, Liechtenstein, and I can't disclose a South American country, but these 3 countries have beta programs to replace the dollar and start using gold and silver as currency again.
Yeah, you guys saw Egypt today decided to settle in local currency with Russia, China, and a few others. That totally slipped under the radar. I don't think anyone caught that in the news.
That's right.
Yep. I mean, people are asleep. You know, the 20/80 rule, it stands true in almost every situation. 80% of the people have no idea what's going on in the world and how it's going to affect their personal life.
Yeah, they're drinking Brondo. That's what plants crave.
Hey, and another really interesting fact about Egypt, seeing as how we mentioned it, but they went ahead and mummified that shark that ate the Russian guy, just so you guys know.
Did they?
Yeah.
I don't know what you're talking about, but I want to know about it. Tell me about this. A mummified shark and what?
So this was, I think, about a week ago. Like there was like
shark mummy.
Yeah. So like a week ago.
What a great movie idea.
Some week, like literally, this was like a scene from Jaws. Like there's some dude swimming out like in the ocean in Egypt.
I saw that.
Yeah,
dude. Yeah, you got eaten alive.
Eaten alive, man. And so they mummified that shark. It's going to be displayed in a museum. Let's see. This is a New York Post article from 3 hours ago. Egypt mummifies shark that ate Russian man to display in museum. Let's see.
Go right for the mummification over there.
Do they take the guy's body out of the shark, or do they just mummify it inside? Like
that's what I was curious of. And how do you know the shark didn't order a white Russian for a drink?
Hang on. There we go.
Damn.
That was a good one, Sapphire. Golly.
That was funny.
We need
yeah, so
those are delicious, by the way, if you haven't had one, just saying.
It's my favorite drink. I love it.
Oh, so they do say body parts
drink
belong.
of Big Lebowski.
Yes, body parts belonging to the man who was ravaged, Vladimir Popov, were discovered inside the animal, confirming the authorities that they had captured the shark that was involved in Thursday's attack near the Ulysses Dream Beach Hotel, the popular beach resort. Damn, motherfucker, was that a resort?
Yeah, what kind of shark was it?
Hungry
Probably
one.
tiger, huh? Or a bull?
What resort was it?
It's the Ulysses Dream Beach Hotel at the popular Dream, or probably Hurghada. Hurghada. It doesn't say what kind of shark it is, though.
Yeah, I kind of want to know. We have. I live by a lot of great white sharks, and this is coming upon the time of season. So, I'm just kind of curious.
Knowing a few.
Tell me you don't surf or anything, sir.
Yes.
Does anyone actually know any Egyptians? I know one, and I'm pretty sure they would actually take the shark and mummify the thing with the man inside, rather than
thinking they would do too, right?
It said
try to dig out the parts.
It spit a lot of his body out, is what it said by some other boat. It just doesn't say what kind. I think it's a great white. I mean, it kind of looks like a great white.
Dude, those things are gnarly. I saw one in real life.
Jahan, I can't believe you just said, do you know any Egyptians? Because if they mummify people, I mean, that's kind of like super stereotypical, bro.
I mean, like,
I'm sorry, bro.
being from the Middle East, I can pick on myself, you know.
That was me. No, he's ripping on me. That was all my bad. That was all my bad.
That's just funny though.
I'm just waiting for this. I'm just waiting for the Scooby-Doo episode to hit. You know, that sounds like anything that's dealing with dude. But by the way, so you want to hear something funny? So my partner John went to Egypt and brought me back like a little rock, right? That was from a kind of a triangle shaped place, and I was like, dude, do not bring me back a fucking curse. All right, do not bring me back that shit. So like my wife put crystals around it to like absorb the negative energy. I'm like, what the hell is happening right now? Like I legit was like waiting for like Thelma to peep her head out and be like, oh, Jinkies, we got a mystery here. You know, I didn't want any curse brought back.
Piece of the pyramid. That's who did it. And they pull the mummy shark's head off, and it's J Chains, and they're like, oh, I knew it. I would have got away with it too if it wasn't for you meddling Breakfast Club members.
J Chain Shark do J Chain Shark do. I'm just kidding. I've been singing a lot of Baby Shark with my daughter. I thought it was not allowed in my house, and it came into the house, and she loves the song, and it's just driving me crazy.
Yo, you
know what? We moved past the Baby Shark face thing, thank God, because it was driving me nuts. You know what? Actually, my 6-year-old absolutely loves my PFP. Every time I show it to him, he just cracks up laughing. There's a handful of those. Like I had like a dead mouse one, and it was interactive, and he could like play with it, move it around, and everything. So.
Dude, you got to be really careful not to slur PFP when you're saying that stuff, man. It sounded a little crazy there for a little bit.
Oh, did it really? Oh, sorry about that. Sorry about that.
Sound good to me. So it was a tiger shark. That is confirmed. It was a tiger shark that they mummified. It is also a workout break. So we're going to pause the conversation. We're going to get our last workout in. Turbo, please tell me that we're doing like motivation.
Yeah, we're definitely doing motivation today. I got one loaded up right now. Let's see if we can hear this. Let's see if we can hear this.
If you died today.
No.
Did you guys hear that on the spaces?
Huh?
Yeah,
I heard it.
Yeah.
Do you guys still have the one that I made of you guys, or no?
What gifts?
I don't have it
it's
loaded
buried
up.
in our. Yeah, we'll play that tomorrow, but I'll just need you to resend it to the top.
I made another one.
Oh, nice. We're going to do a motivational thing that Turbo and I put together. Seven put some music behind it. It's it's really good. Well, I think we've just been it got buried in a text message thread and I forgot about it, but we should bring that out. But let's I'm going to lay down on the floor. I'm going to switch over to the floor cam so you guys can see that I'm actually down there meditating.
And I'm just going to sit here and close my eyes and just listen. And guys, it's a great opportunity. Healthy minds, healthy bodies, healthy portfolios. If you're not checking it out on YouTube, you guys can swing over there and hear it as well.
If you died today, what ideas, what dreams, what abilities, what talents, what gifts will die with you?
Last August, I was told that in all likelihood, I had 3 to 6 months left to live. So I think the only advice I can give you on how to live your life well is, first off, remember, it is not the things we do in life that we regret on our deathbed. It is the things we do not.
Hey, I don't care who you are, what race, what age, what gender. I don't care about any of that stuff. But what I do know is that you have a dream inside of you. And that dream you have kept hidden from the world. You've made excuses for it. You've delayed it. You've listened to people telling you to be realistic. But deep down in your heart, you know that you're not living to your potential. Where is the wealthiest place in the world? Do you know? It's not China. It's not Dubai. It's the graveyard. Because in the graveyard, you will find inventions never invented, businesses never erected, songs never sung, books never written, ideas never nurtured, people never realized, because they were scared to take a risk. Scared like you.
A lot of people die full of their dreams, full of talent, full of ideas, full of skills, full of intelligence and abilities that they never reached for. They never tapped. They never got into. They never used it. Never used it.
But you want to know something else? You're not in the graveyard yet. And we get one life, right? And every passing moment, we will never get back again. See, this present moment is so precious. We have to be here. We have to be in it and make the most of it. We have to live our dreams now because they are possible.
They are possible, all of them. And we appreciate y'all being here this morning with us, kicking it. You know what I'm saying? This is the Web3 Breakfast. We do this every Monday through Friday, right? And this is what it's all about.
You guys actually work out. This is awesome, man. This is great. I love this.
Oh, yeah, man. We got a fitness app. If you're a part of the Web3 Breakfast Club, you're able to.
Ivan was texting me about this just now as you guys were doing this. I'm like, what's going on? And he was telling me, I'm like, holy shit, you guys do this this is amazing.
Yep. 3 times a show, Monday through Friday. Yeah, we got to have, it's all about having healthy bodies, healthy minds, and then having that healthy portfolio. Man.
I really respect that. I really respect that. And I didn't mean to interrupt, but I do have to pop and take a call. But thank you very much for letting me speak.
Anytime.
You guys are awesome.
Yeah,
all
man.
right, thank you guys.
You're awesome, man. I appreciate you being here. You are welcome here anytime.
Awesome. You guys as well.
Later, Jahon. Nice to meet you.
See you, Jahon. And that offer goes to everybody. Like it doesn't matter if you you know, your first time here or if you're 100th time here. I don't even know how many shows we've done. Like everybody is welcome to come up on the stage, and that's the whole point of this show. And that's why we have the one rule. It's just don't be a douchebag, but literally everybody is allowed to come up here, share your opinion, your thoughts, your ideas, because that's how we grow. That's how we develop and network and stuff. So
Yeah, you know, and that's the thing about you know, in the conversation, if you have something that, you know, doesn't necessarily go with, you know, what everybody's talking about, come up here and share that. Let's have those conversations. You know, because that helps all of us to grow. If you come here every day, right, and you're kicking it with us, and you have an opinion that might not necessarily, you know, go along with what everybody's talking about, there's a good likelihood that your opinion is valid and that we need to talk about it because we're already so aligned. Now, if every day you come in here and you're like, I don't agree with none of the shit they be talking about, it's probably ain't your show. You know what I'm saying? Like we're probably not your tribe, and that's okay. You know what I'm saying? Don't be here miserable. Find your people. You know what I'm saying? Come here and enjoy, you know, be a part of the conversation, take action, you know, like surround yourself with people who are willing to take the risk to make a difference in the world. And that's what we're all doing here. Like my guy, Carrie C from Canada. What's up, Carrie?
Yo, or as some of the natives might call it, Kanata.
Hey.
Kanata.
Hey.
Yeah, that's how it was back in the day. That's the tribal way, for real. Anyways, I just wanted to say that that dude was super smart, you know, and like I'm one of the guys, like you say, I was like terrified to come up at first, and now I'm like come up once in a while. But like, and I feel like I'm just an artist, man. Like I like make music and art, and like I'm not as smart as Zima. Like that guy blows my goddamn mind, and I love him. And like y'all are like mostly probably smarter than I am. Like I for a smart guy, for an intelligent person, I'm pretty stupid. But you know, I'm creative, and that comes side by side with mental illness, and so that's why I'm like trying to open up and get up here. And so I encourage everyone to try to do what I'm doing right now, because it's hard and it sucks, and it's like, it's scary as shit. I'm sweating balls out my palms right now, but I see little hearts down there from like Derek and like the Tennessee goddamn gangster, and like it makes me feel like a superhero, So
light them
thank
up.
you all.
Light up those emojis for Carrie, everybody. Sapphire, I need you to yes. Yeah, I love when Sapphire does that. Here's the deal. I think I need to get the new Apple Watch, because Sapphire, I watched your tutorial, and I think my model is just too old. Like I can't get the thumb up, or I can't get the emoji there to do that. And so
just don't have fast fingers. Is that what you're saying?
I was about to ask.
Whoa.
You don't have them fast fingers, you know.
Hey man, nobody needs to be, yeah, I can't. I got arthritis, all right?
On that thing.
By the way, I just want to say, first of all, Carrie, love you, brother, right? And I ever noticed the ones that actually don't feel that they're smart or don't actually try to push that, like they actually are the ones that get shit done, right? It's the ones that I mean, I know that I talk a lot here, and what's that? I drop some stuff, but and the reality is I don't feel smarter than anybody else. You know what I'm saying? But I know damn sure I work. I know damn sure I get shit done. And Carrie's the same to me. And a lot of people that actually just put their head down, they never feel like they're really great or good, but they actually are, because they just do.
They just do. I love that. And that's an important thing. And, kind of going back to, the last little motivational video that we had, or listened to, just a second there, kind of when we were, just taking the time to reflect and everything. And, my biggest takeaway was, the whole graveyard thing, right? Like, that is something that I never would have thought of, right? Like the most wealthy, rich place in the world is a graveyard. All those ideas, all that potential that was either never realized, cut off too soon, whatever, right? Don't be that way. Don't take your opportunity to the grave. Just take a fucking chance on yourself, right? Invest in yourself. Do that shit. Give yourself that opportunity to reach your potential so that you can have the financial freedom, so that you can live that life that you want. You want whatever. This is the opportunity. We're literally like all you got to do is stick it out for the next couple years. And if you are in this industry, if you are in blockchain, if you are investing wisely and not just playing the casino on meme coins and stuff, but you're actually investing in some really good things, you have the opportunity to change your fucking life in a really positive way. This is the largest transformation of wealth in the history of humankind. Don't fuck it up.
Bro, you just seriously, man, you got me choked up when you started saying that shit. That shit got me choked up, bro, because it's so true. Like, and I just want it for everybody. You know what I'm saying? It is crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I try to live my life as crazy as possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, and travel and go around and do these things because, man, if it's like, if I can just get people to go just half the distance, you know what I'm saying? Like, just to take one step, man. And next thing you know, you'll be blown up. Daniel, look, I know you've had your hand up for a minute, and I have Jay muted right now, so you can't hear me. If you want to seek legal action for any shoulder pain that you have today, please let me know in the DMs. Thank you.
I actually do have shoulder, but not because of this.
Damn it!
Don't say that. It's a recorded space. You mean it.
Hey, I actually, that motivational video and what Zima said, 100% agree. Like in my circle of friends and my family, everybody thinks I'm insane and crazy for opening up a mining operation in a closed down prison and getting into crypto and all that. And one thing that I've noticed with successful people, inventors, is that they took a chance and they acted first and they learned along the way what not to do to be successful, right? And failure it doesn't happen to you, it happens for you. And one of my favorite presidents in US history is Calvin Coolidge. He has an amazing quote that I kind of been living my life on in politics, business, and so forth since I was in college. And he has a quote about persistence. I'm going to read that, and I think it's going to resonate with the video and what Zine was saying about taking action. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. The slogan "Press on" has solved and always will solve the problems of the human race. And, to Carrie's point, to people out there, just taking that step and acting, go ahead and be persistent and determined in what you want to do. It doesn't matter if you don't know everything. I didn't know everything when I started a mining company. I knew nothing about electricity when I started crypto mining. I learned that very quickly on the job and on the job training. And it's led to some amazing successes, some amazing connections that is allowing this project to succeed now. So be persistent, take that step. Don't be afraid. And if you're afraid, take that step anyway, because you're going to learn a lesson one way or the other, whether you fail or succeed.
Get spanked.
100, man, 100.
Failure is good, by the way. Failure is very healthy.
Very so.
And I think it's the only way you can ever determine if somebody's actually at your level, to be honest. Because if somebody's brand spanking you and literally they haven't failed hard yet, I mean, you just have to be the one to watch them do that first before they're ready.
It teaches humility, man. I'll tell you, in my 20s, I was an arrogant SOB. I thought I knew everything, and then I realized I didn't.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Are you still in your 20s now, Daniel? What's going on, man?
Clarify your age.
Areas, okay.
Hopefully mentally, all of us, and I don't mean like in an immature way, but like age is just that number, right? And I think you carry that that mentality of maybe when you were a little younger, you can do some of the things that you used to be able to do. And what you guys said there a second ago reminded me of the quote from Winston Churchill: "Success is not final, failure is not fatal. It's the courage to continue that counts." And I think that's one of those lessons that can apply to so many things in our lives, right? So many things, not only starting businesses, making investments, the relationships that we get into, all sorts of things. And I like, how that all related. And then, that popped into my head. Those are, some of those quotes, and I know they're cliche sometimes, but they are important. Go ahead, Turbo.
Oh, well, actually, Grateful has his hand up, and I was going to take it off the rails, so I'm going to let Grateful go because I know he's going to say something insightful.
Love it.
Oh, you're good, man. I appreciate it. Thank you. This is to everything Jay Chains was saying a minute ago, man. I back that. I love this space today. This is probably one of my favorite mornings that I've been here. I've had a lot to say and some questions, and Zima pretty much through the show just hit every single thing that I was gonna like touch on or ask questions to. So thanks to everybody that's been up here today. I appreciate it a lot. Zima, Daniel, America, Caesar, Carrie, Sapphire looks like she hopped out of here, but I know she's working too. I'm doing a job right now, so I haven't really had the time to hop in here, but just to J Chain's point, like, to invest in yourself and to be here involved in the space, especially now, that's kind of something that a message that I try to relay to pretty much everybody around me, because and people just get freaked out, like if they're not already involved or they haven't been through a cycle and they see what just happened from 2021 till now, they just get spooked and maybe they don't want to hop in yet. But I still try to get people to receive the message and understand like the long term, the long-term vision and really where everything is going realistically in the evolution of the internet and communication and everything that's going on right now with blockchain. But almost a more important point, I think, is to invest in yourself, and don't think that your employer is smarter than you or better than you or didn't go through 10 or 20 failures to get to the point where they are now. There's never going to be a good time. Like if you've been sitting around for years waiting to go out on your own, maybe you're in labor, you want to do it on your own, maybe you're in a totally different space and it seems like it's not feasible or it's unrealistic. No matter what time it is in your life, there's always going to be a reason to say that you're not ready to do it, or a reason to shoot that opportunity down. And when I went out on my own with everything that I do a couple years ago, it was a horrible time. And I was basically, this had been my plan, but I was pretty much forced into it through unfortunate circumstances with what happened with my previous employer. But there's never going to be a good time where every single card lines up for you and it's like, okay, now's the perfect time. So I just kind of encourage people to take that risk on themselves, because you have to, or you're never going to get to where you want to go. But yeah, this has been an amazing space. So I love it. Daniel, everything you've been doing is amazing. I want to learn more about it. I've been looking into gold-backed, not really projects, I guess, but more so PAX-G and gold tokenization myself. I started looking into that a couple months ago. So I'm very interested in everything, but yeah, I don't want to take up too much time, and I don't really have a lot of time to talk anyway. I just wanted to thank everybody here, and I appreciate it, man. This has been awesome.
Hey, grateful, and shoot me a DM. Let's connect. And anybody that wants to learn more about gold-backed currencies and just what we're doing with our project, feel free to reach out to me, DM me, and we'll connect off Twitter.
Heck yeah.
Hey, do you guys have like a theme for your project?
You mean like a lore?
I don't. Yeah, I guess. I mean, don't all NFTs have like some sort of like cartoony story thing?
Yeah. We have our lore. It takes place in 2100 in a futuristic society where the governments colluded together to create what is it called, Cesar? The mining authority, the global mining authority. And they've suppressed the freedom of everybody. They've mined all the natural resources. And they are plotting to leave the earth and leave us behind with nothing. So we've had Marcus, our main character, who's a gold and a Bitcoin miner. He's starting a resistance to educate the world on sound money principles and how to take back control of the money, which will bring them freedom and be able to fight the mining authority. So that's kind of the lore behind it. You can check us out on.
I guess so. It was kind of depressing, but I gotta tell you, bro. Next time, have Caesar tell the story, because his video voice will make that shit rock.
Well,
Zima, Zima, can you tell Daniel how you really feel? Maybe on a recorded space in front of everybody. That'd be great if you could do that.
Well, the lore is more of a warning that if we don't learn about the sound money principles today, that is our potential future. That's kind of how it works. So learning, earning gold, building up your Bitcoin and gold reserves to be able to be free and resist the coming global government. So that's and we have a pretty cool character. So that's basically the lore of our project.
Love it. If I ever did an NFT project, I don't know that I would have a story behind it. It probably actually that's a lie. It would be so cool. It would be just unbelievably unbelievable, right? Because Turbo would write most of it, and it would just be so far out there, and we probably would get Seven in on it, and then all of a sudden it'd be very conspiracy theory, and it would be amazing. I think it would just be amazing. What do you think, Seven? Should we do that?
Dude, loop me in on conspiracy inspired stuff for sure.
Yes, Cesar is our local conspiracy theorist at Medical Miners Club.
Why you keep telling people secrets, bro? First the Fortnite, now the conspiracy stuff, man. Come on.
I think that we should do an entire episode on conspiracy theories, and this would just be like a test to see what happens. Because we did a show the other day. We said probably the C word, part of the pandemic. We said the C word maybe a couple times. I think there was one little section where we kind of talked about that time of our lives that we had to deal with, and YouTube completely removed the video from the internet, saying that I had absolutely violated the community standards for the medical whatever. And so I guess apparently we need to be a little bit more cautious.
What?
Yeah. This is crazy.
What? When was this?
Me and
Last
Seven
week.
actually tried to do a conspiracy show twice, because Seven, if you guys don't know, Seven is in, like, he lives in the rabbit hole, like way down in the hole, and I love it, you know what I'm saying? And so I was like, shit, I want other people to be a part of this conversation too. We tried 2 times. The one time nobody could get into the space, like we couldn't, like we'd send a direct message, you could not get into the space, and the other time the audio was so bad, like they just kept chopping the audio. It was insane.
This was recently.
Like not too long ago, right? A couple months ago.
Yeah.
Was this pre-Elon or post-Elon?
Post.
Damn it, Elon, what you doing, bro?
Oh, great. Now we're definitely
Maybe it was when all of the algos were changing, because listen, I couldn't run a single show for like multiple days in a row. Like, Twitter Space was just absolutely shit. And I know a lot of people experience the same thing for, a pretty good portion of, maybe a couple weeks, right? And so maybe it was just that. I would love to do this though, because listen, I'm not the biggest conspiracy theorist, but I love the stories and the ideas. And I'm one of those people that, I think the silent majority at this point, where we think that stuff is crazy, but it all seems to be coming true now. And so it's just like, all right, maybe it's not a conspiracy theory. Maybe it's for real.
Yeah,
yeah, it's for real, bro. Come on.
I know.
Come on.
You gotta be mindful, when you are challenging people's beliefs. You know what I'm saying? And how that conversation kind of goes, because you don't want to like ruin anybody. We were talking about the Mandela effect. And so like my Uncle Tony, I was like telling him about it. And I brought up the whole Shazam thing, right? And he's like, no, this was my favorite movie ever. Like, I know all the dude, he was like committed. And I'm like, bro, it didn't exist. Like, he goes home, he spent hours and hours and hours, bro. He found a Sinbad interview where Sinbad was like talking about how hard it was getting in and out of the bottle every day. He brings that back to me as evidence. Like, look, even Sinbad said, and I'm like, bro, you really think Sinbad was getting in and out of a genie's
Wait. Are you telling me that you don't believe your uncle? That you don't believe the Mandela effect because your uncle?
Oh, no, I definitely believe.
You don't have a memory like that?
No, I experienced it myself, and so maybe we have the conspiracy conversation sometime. And so, but yeah, all that to say, his mind was so blown that he would take any information to support that he was not wrong. That's how much it like exploded his brain. It's crazy.
What's wrong with that, though? You woke him up.
That's my favorite thing to do.
You woke him up.
Expand your mind.
My favorite thing to do is to have a whole like conversation and then completely unveil like what's really going on, and then like see the pieces start clicking in their heads, and then go, holy fuck, I need to stop talking to this guy. I did it to my neighbor recently, and it was so unbelievably funny because he's sitting there like cooking on the grill, and you can just see like the all the cogs are like clicking up, and the clock starts ticking, and then the last dong goes, and he turns to me and he goes, man, you're really, really weird. And it was so awesome.
Yeah, when I first started into like when the whole like divorce thing was like in the very beginning phases, Seven sent me a video of like the world was ending, like the markets were crashing, there was aliens, like all this stuff. Bro, it scared shit out of me. I was like, bro, maybe I shouldn't do this. Maybe I need to be here with my family and get some guns or something. It scared shit out of me, some of the stuff that he has out there.
Definitely looking
Let's
forward.
save it for that space, bro.
All right, so here's the deal. We have got guests the rest of this week. Tomorrow's episode is going to be fantastic. We got Jason. You might know him as Bitbender from Go Gala Games. He's coming on tomorrow. We're going to be chatting. And then our buddy Flame, who's in the Cardano and the VeChain ecosystem, on Thursday. And then a guy, Ben Goldie, on Friday. We're going to be talking about just like some wallet stuff, some EVM compatible wallets. And then let me see, we've got something potentially scheduled for Monday. So Tuesday, I went into the calendar, marked it off. Nobody can book for Tuesday of next week. Put that on your calendars. Tuesday, we're talking about conspiracies or real, like, if you don't want to call them conspiracies, what do you call them? Just real deals? Is that what we call it?
Never heard of it.
Well, because conspiracy theories are good. To me,
You call them unproven deals.
Unproven deals.
Because that's why it's a conspiracy, is because it has been yet to be proven.
Okay.
No, it's not publicly proven.
Not publicly
I
proven.
do and differentiate between conspiracy and conspiracy theories. If there are conspiracies to the people who believe them, there are conspiracy theories to
friend.
people who don't.
I'll give you a definition right now.
Go ahead.
If your local, I don't know, pick a governor, local governor or mayor is found out to have stolen a couple $1 million from from the coffers, what do you call that? You call that corruption. Is that correct?
Correct.
Or embezzlement.
Good. It's the same exact crime. The same exact crime was done in the same exact sequence, but the number was a stolen amount of $1 trillion. How do you feel about that? The only difference between the concept of corruption and a conspiracy is the size. Corruption, you can wrap your head around. Conspiracy is, even though it is the exact same motions, it just seems unbelievable, even though it is the same simple shit. So,
yeah, I get that, but for example, I think it's also hiding it, right? So the conspiracies are hidden from the public view, and they're trying to hide what they've been doing.
Corruption's hidden too, my friend. Right?
That's true. That's an interesting argument.
I don't think anymore. Yeah. I think we're starting to we're starting to see, some of us are, the sheeples still, maybe have their blinders on or whatever. But guys, I'm like, I love this conversation today. This was absolutely fantastic. Daniel, thank you for being here, letting us know a little bit about what you going on. If you got any final kind of words, we're gonna wrap this one up for the day. So I'm gonna give you an opportunity to lead everybody out with anything you want, and then we'll wrap this one and shut it down for the day.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me on, guys. It was awesome. This is a great space. If you haven't done so already, check out our Twitter. It's MetaGold Miners. Go ahead and give us a follow, and check out our website, metagoldminersclub.io. If you haven't registered to be whitelisted for when we launch the NFT in July. We're going to be launching on a brand new marketplace. We really can't discuss which NFT marketplace, but we're going to be one of the first ones to launch. And right now, I believe it's going to be July 21st. We'll definitely verify that on our page. But thank you guys so much. If you want to learn about sound money principles, every Monday at 11:30 a.m., we have we try to get a guest speaker to talk about financial literacy and sound money and gold and Bitcoin and everything. So every Monday we have Sound Money Mondays over at MetaGold Miners Club.
Love it, man. I appreciate you being here. And let's reconnect, in a couple weeks and have you back on when you get closer to mint. And we'll see how things have evolved from between now and then. But definitely appreciate you guys being here. Make sure that you give Daniel a follow. Make sure you guys give everybody a follow here up on the stage. Appreciate you all being here. What a great day. Just remember, the one takeaway I'm going to take from this show, and I hope that every day everybody got some kind of thing you take away. For me, it's don't take your ideas to the grave with you. If you've got something that you think is going to change your life or someone else's life, do it, man. Just like Nike says, just do it. That's it. Y'all have a great day, and
Just
we
do
will
it.
see you. We'll see you tomorrow for some more Web3 Breakfast, 10 a.m. Eastern. I did talk to Stash. We were talking on chat, in the background during the show today. There is no NFT beat, so that will not be a live stream today. So we'll be back to do that next Tuesday. So have yourself a great day, and we'll see you tomorrow for some more Web3 Breakfast, baby.
Bye-bye.
Ciao for now.